year, over 12 million cars in the United States suffer early damage not from neglect but from features their owners trusted completely. I have watched engines fail, batteries drain, and cars stall in the middle of intersections, all because of systems the manufacturers said would make driving safer. After 21 years diagnosing these exact problems, I am walking you through 23 modern car features you should disable right now. And the reasons are not what the dealership told you. Stay through to number 1 because that one can genuinely kill you. If you want real, experience-based vehicle advice that saves your car and your money, subscribe to Make Car Go right now. No fluff, no sponsorships, just straight information. Number 23. Auto Start Stop. Every time this system shuts the engine off and fires it back up, it cycles parts that were never built for that kind of repeated stress. Starters, batteries, and engine mounts all take an accelerated beating. Many starters are burning out before 50,000 miles specifically because of this feature. The fuel savings amount to a small fraction of what the repair bill costs when those components fail early. Beyond the mechanical damage, the hesitation between pressing the accelerator and the engine actually restarting creates a real delay in busy intersections. That gap is enough to cause trouble. Turn it off. Your starter and your nerves will both thank you. Number 22. Lane Keep Assist on rural roads. On a clean, well-marked highway, Lane Keep Assist does its job reasonably well. On a narrow country road where the paint is half gone, it turns your steering wheel into something possessed. The system gets confused by faded lines, tight curves, and uneven road surfaces, and it fights you for control at exactly the moments you need to be most focused. Drivers trying to avoid a pothole or give a cyclist space find the system nudging them back toward the hazard. In construction zones and anywhere you are towing, it becomes actively dangerous. If you spend meaningful time on rural or unmarked roads, switch it off and drive the car yourself. Number 21. Adaptive Cruise Control in City Traffic. Adaptive Cruise Control is genuinely useful on a long, steady highway run. In city traffic, it is a problem. The system brakes and accelerates in ways that feel jerky and disconnected from the actual flow of vehicles around you. It struggles with motorcycles, vehicles cutting in at short range, and fast-changing traffic lights. Consumer Reports has documented that these systems perform worst in exactly the dense, unpredictable conditions where drivers most want help. The result is a system that reacts too slowly or too harshly at the worst possible moments. City driving belongs in the hands of the driver, not a radar sensor calibrated for open roads. Number 20. Automatic high beam headlights. The concept is reasonable. The execution is not. These camera-based systems misread oncoming headlights that are dimmer than expected, struggle in rain and glare, and flash high beams at wrong moments that can blind other drivers or leave you in the dark on a winding road. Some drivers have been pulled over because the system activated at the wrong time. Manual control takes one lever movement and you get it right every single time because you can actually see the road ahead. A camera mounted behind the glass cannot. Keep control of your own lighting. Number 19. Daytime running lights while parked or idling. Daytime running lights have a legitimate purpose when you are moving through fog, rain, or low visibility conditions. When you are parked or sitting at idle, they are drawing current from your battery continuously for no useful reason. In vehicles with automatic lighting that stays on until the ignition shuts down, that drain adds up over thousands of small stops across the life of the car. It also creates unnecessary wear on the bulbs in the electrical system. If your vehicle allows you to disable them while stationary, do it. Save the battery, save the bulbs, and remove one more source of pointless electrical load. Number 18. Blind spot monitoring and bad weather. Blind spot monitoring works well when the sensors are clean and the weather is dry. Once rain, mud, snow, or road salt coats the radar units at the rear corners of the car, the system stops working reliably. The part most drivers do not think about is that it does not always fail with a warning light telling you it is offline. Sometimes it just stops detecting vehicles in your blind spot while still displaying normally. That false confidence is more dangerous than having no system at all. In heavy weather or after driving on salted winter roads, use your mirrors and check over your shoulder. Those never get confused by road spray. Number 17. TPM's Reset Reminders. The tire pressure monitoring system itself is useful. The reset reminder loop it creates is not. You top off the tires, hit the reset button, and the light stays on for days because the system recalibrates on its own schedule. An overnight temperature drop of 15 degrees can trigger a warning even when the actual pressure is perfectly fine. Drivers who have just rotated tires or replaced a sensor sometimes chase false alerts for weeks. Check your tire pressure with a physical gauge on a regular schedule and trust that reading over the dashboard light. The gauge does not have a software calibration issue. Number 16. Keyless Entry Auto Unlock. Walking up to your car and having it unlock automatically feels convenient right up until you understand how thieves exploit it. Relay attack devices capture the signal from your key fob through walls and doors and transmit it to an accomplice standing next to your car. The vehicle reads the amplified signal as the genuine key and unlocks instantly. This is one of the most common methods of modern car theft, and it requires no physical key and leaves no trace. Beyond theft risk, Auto Unlock also pops your doors when you walk past with groceries or stand near the driveway. Disable the feature and press the button when you are actually ready to get in. Simple, secure, in control. Number 15. Rain Sensing Wipers. A light mist triggers full speed wiping that screeches across dry glass. A genuine downpour sometimes takes several seconds to register while your visibility is already dropping. The sensor reading light reflections off the windshield gets confused by dirt, dust, and insects and activates the wipers randomly when you go through a car wash or enter a tunnel. Worn wiper blades dragged across glass unnecessarily wear out faster and streak more. Manual wiper control takes one finger and gives you exactly the speed you need at exactly the right moment. It is one of the simplest controls in the car and one that sensors still cannot handle reliably. Number 14. Gesture controls. Waving your hand at the dashboard to skip a track or adjust the volume impresses passengers exactly once. After that, the misreads begin. Sunlight hitting the cabin sensor triggers a station change you did not want. Reaching past the screen to adjust a vent zooms out the navigation. The system interprets ordinary arm movements as commands, and the result is a car that randomly changes settings while you drive. Turning a physical knob or tapping a button is faster, more reliable, and requires no interpretation from a camera pointed at your lap. Gesture controls solve a problem that did not exist and create several that did not need to. Number 13. Seatbelt chime for off-road and driveway use. Seatbelts save lives on the road. Wear yours every single time you drive on public roads. But for moving a car 10 feet across a job site, backing a trailer into position, or shifting the vehicle in a garage, the chime that fires up the moment you sit down serves no safety purpose. Some vehicles keep chiming after you buckle because a heavy bag on the passenger seat triggers the weight sensor. The constant alarm does not make the car safer in those moments. Most vehicles allow you to disable or shorten the reminder sequence through the settings menu or a simple ignition cycle sequence. Use that option when it genuinely applies and belt up every single time it counts. Number 12. Fake engine sound enhancement. Some manufacturers pump artificial engine noise through the cabin speakers to make a four-cylinder feel more exciting than it is. The feature is called active sound enhancement, and it is exactly what it sounds like. A software-generated soundtrack layered over whatever the real engine is actually doing. Beyond the obvious dishonesty of it, the fake sound removes a genuine feedback tool that experienced drivers use constantly. Real engine noise tells you when to shift, how hard the motor is working under load, and whether something sounds different than it did last week. Artificial noise masks all of that. Disable it, and drive the car that is actually under the hood, not the one the software wants you to think you bought. Number 11. Ambient interior lighting at night. Soft cabin lighting looks impressive in a showroom. On a dark road at night, it creates light inside the car that your eyes have to constantly adjust away from when looking at the road ahead. The adjustment process is slow, and during it, your ability to spot hazards in low light is reduced. Systems that pulse with music or shift colors are actively distracting in ways that matter most at highway speeds in poor visibility. Dim the interior lighting fully after dark, or turn it off entirely. The road ahead deserves your complete attention, and your eyes work better when the cabin is not competing with the darkness outside. Number 10. Automatic climate control. Set your temperature and let the system handle it sounds like comfort. In practice, it blasts the fan at full power during startup whether the cabin needs it or not, then overcorrects and fogs the windows because the sensors cannot accurately read humidity inside the car. The constant cycling of the ACC compressor as the system chases its target temperature burns more energy and wears components faster than a manual setting held steady would. You know when you are hot and when you are cold better than any cabin sensor does. Manual climate control gives you what you set and holds it there without argument. Number 9. Cylinder deactivation in eco mode. Shutting down half the cylinders during highway cruising to save fuel sounds efficient until you look at what it actually does to the engine over time. Cylinders cycling on and off repeatedly create uneven temperature and pressure across the engine block. That imbalance leads to accelerated wear, oil consumption issues, rough idle, and occasional misfires on higher mileage engines. Some drivers notice a vibration or hesitation when the deactivated cylinders fire under load. The fuel savings are real but modest, and the long-term mechanical cost of constant cylinder switching on an aging engine regularly outweighs them. On the highway especially, let the engine run all of its cylinders the way it was designed to. Number 8. Speed-sensitive volume control. The radio turns up as your speed increases and drops when you slow down. The system is guessing at road noise based on the speedometer rather than actually measuring what you can hear inside the cabin. At highway speed in a quiet, well-insulated car, it blasts the audio louder than needed. On a rough city road at low speed, it goes quieter than you want. Every passenger reaches for the volume knob within 5 minutes, and the constant adjustment becomes its own distraction. Set the volume where you want it at the start of the drive and leave it there. That is a problem that was already solved before the feature existed. Number 7. Eco mode during high-speed driving. Eco mode dulls throttle response and holds the transmission in higher gears longer to reduce fuel consumption. Around town at low speeds and in light traffic, those trade-offs are acceptable. On the highway during a merge, an overtake, or a climb up a long grade, they are not. The engine feels unresponsive when you need acceleration quickly, and the transmission holding a high gear under load works the drivetrain harder than a lower gear at the same road speed would. The fuel savings on the highway are minimal, and the sluggish response creates real risk in fast-moving traffic. Switch eco mode off when speeds climb and let the engine operate on its own terms. Number 6. Auto Park Assist. The system creeps back and forth in a space that any reasonably experienced driver would park in one smooth movement, and traffic stacks up behind you while it thinks. Curbs confuse it. Slanted lines confuse it. Shopping carts and minor obstacles cause it to abandon the maneuver and hand control back to you anyway, usually at an awkward angle. In the time the system takes to complete one parking attempt, most drivers could park twice. It works as advertised in perfect controlled conditions. Real parking lots are not perfect or controlled. Keep your hands on the wheel and trust what you already know how to do. Number 5. Traction control in deep snow, sand, or mud. Traction control cuts power the instant it detects wheel slip. On wet pavement, that is exactly the right response. In deep snow, soft sand, or thick mud, it is the wrong one completely. Getting out of those surfaces requires the wheels to spin enough to dig in and find purchase. The moment traction control cuts power, the car stops moving and sits. Off-road drivers and anyone who has been stuck in a winter parking lot knows this instantly. Every vehicle with this feature has a button to disable it for exactly this reason. Use it when the surface demands it. Turn it back on when you return to pavement. Number 4. Always on voice assistance. The microphone listening for your command is active continuously, which means the car is recording short audio clips during normal driving, and in many cases transmitting them to manufacturer servers for system improvement. Beyond the privacy concern, the practical reliability of these systems is poor. Misheard words trigger responses mid-conversation. Radio audio activates the assistant randomly. Commands are misinterpreted at rates that make the feature more disruptive than useful. Disabling it in most vehicles requires navigating several menu layers specifically because the manufacturer would prefer you leave it on. Go through those menus. The feature is not reliable enough to justify the trade-off. Number 3. Automatic over-the-air software updates. Updates that install automatically have introduced Bluetooth failures, camera glitches, frozen touchscreens, and removed features that drivers had been using daily with no option to roll back. Some updates run in the background and finish without interruption. Others lock the entire infotainment system until the installation completes, which can happen at genuinely inconvenient moments. Unlike a smartphone, you cannot simply restart and restore a previous version if something breaks. Set your vehicle's update preference to manual installation wherever the option exists. Review what a pending update actually changes before you allow it to install. Your car is not a phone and should not be treated like one. Number 2. Overly aggressive lane departure warnings. A sensitive lane departure system turns every minor steering adjustment into an argument with the car. Avoiding a pothole triggers a vibration in the wheel. Giving a cyclist 2 feet of space sets off a warning chime. On narrow roads where staying perfectly centered is geometrically impossible, the system fires almost continuously. Beyond the annoyance, the active steering correction some systems apply can work directly against intentional inputs, which is dangerous when you are actively trying to maneuver. Turn the sensitivity down or disable the feature entirely on roads that warrant it. You will drive smoother, stay more alert, and stop fighting your own vehicle. Number 1. Remote start in enclosed spaces. This is the one that kills people, and it does so without any warning, because the danger is invisible. Running your engine inside a garage, even with the garage door partially open, produces carbon monoxide at levels that can cause poisoning within minutes. Modern engines are quiet enough that it is genuinely easy to forget the car is running, and smartphone-based remote start apps mean a car can be started accidentally from inside the house without any physical feedback that it is activated. Carbon monoxide is odorless, colorless, and builds in enclosed spaces faster than most people realize. Remote start has one safe operating condition: open, well-ventilated outdoor space only. If you park in an attached garage or any covered structure, disable the feature entirely. No amount of convenience is worth what that gas does when it has nowhere to go. You now have 23 features to review in your own vehicle, some that are costing you money, some that are creating real risk, and one that belongs permanently off if your parking situation puts anyone inside a building near a running engine. Drop a comment below telling me which one surprised you most, and subscribe to Make Car Go so you do not miss what is coming next. I read every single one.